Hello everybody, this is Donnie with Pvgna.com. Thank you so much for tuning back in today. And today's video comes on a momentous occasion, I would say. The new ranked system is finally out. Reddit has been asking for it for a long time, and it is finally here. MMR has finally become just a number. It no longer exists. It's not there in the game. You can't put it on your profile. And instead, we have this new shiny medal. If you haven't logged into the client yet, I will show that a little bit later in the video so you can see what the rankings look like. But let's just get into what we know about the new ranked system of matchmaking for Dota 2. What we do know is that there are 7 tiers, or 7 kinds of medals. And each medal also has 5 sub-tiers within that medal. So there's a total of approximately, or exactly, 35 different MMR tiers. And I use the word MMR knowing that this system is probably based on the old one. So your old MMR will have some sort of influence on where you are placed as you calibrate and as you play your games in this new system. Speaking of recalibration, it's unclear, but I believe semi-rumored, possibly confirmed, that it takes 10 games to fully recalibrate your account to earn whatever medal you are supposed to be at. And these recalibration games, I've only played 2 so far this morning before I made this video, but I noticed that there was a big swing in MMR between the first and the second, and that is to be expected as the game and the algorithm tries to figure out what tier you exactly are in. And if this is anything to do or anything like the Overwatch system, for example, if you've played some Overwatch, the first few games of a recalibration will have bigger swings than the later ones as the game sort of gives you a little bit of freedom or wiggle room. If you play really, really well, you might get placed against higher players, and then if you lose to them, you might get placed lower as the game, does these big corrections of trying to figure out where you should be. The update did say that there will be some basis in the old MMR system, so if you were a 2K player, don't expect yourself to be playing against 6K players, but if you are a 2K or 3K player, you might find yourself playing in that entire range. For example, if you're 2K, you might play against 3Ks for a game, or in like a 2.5K average. And if you're a 5K player, you might find yourself playing in a 4.2K average, which is something you might not have played in quite some time. So do expect a little bit of difference in the games that you are experiencing. And remember that also you're going to be in a game where people are probably extra motivated to win. So tempers and reactions to mistakes are probably going to be a little bit exaggerated. So remember that as you're playing these games. And I just wanted to address that because as you are recalibrating, remember that each game of Dota is the same. It's the same game that you played yesterday. You don't have to make massive changes in your game to win these new games. And remember that because there are going to be people who are going to all of a sudden decide that they have to play carry or they have to play a certain type of hero, and they have to play it in a certain greedy way to make sure that the recalibration goes well. And there's going to be people like that in your team, and there's going to be people like that on the enemy team. So you can exploit that. Play your own game, play the game that you played yesterday to win, and you'll probably win your games today. Also remember that as far as communication, as you're playing with these players, and everybody is, trying extra hard to win because it's this new ranking system and people really want to prove themselves in it, that if you, criticize somebody, they're probably going to react to it in a negative way. So let's keep our communication positive out there if you can as well. And that'll definitely help you win some games by not tilting your teammates with subpar communication skills. So let's take a look at the actual MMR system. As you can see, there are 7 medals: Herald, Guardian, Crusader, Archon, Legend, Ancient, and Divine. And you can earn 1 to 5 stars in each one of these medals. So the stars act as sub-tiers of that particular medal. And what does this really mean? How does this equate to the MMR system? And we may never really know, but we can kind of make a guess, because Valve did say that every player who earns a Divine 5-star medal will be put on their leaderboard. Previously, the leaderboards were just the top 200 MMR players in each region, being the Americas, Southeast Asia, Europe, and China. And it was just 200 players, and the 200 players with the most MMR were shown. This is supposedly going to be an expanded leaderboard. We don't really know what that means, but I assume it's just going to have everybody who earns a Divine 5-star medal at some point during the 6-month season. This is kind of similar to Overwatch. Overwatch has the top 500 players, and those players also have a number shown with their ranking medal in Overwatch that displays where they are in the top 500. So I assume this is going to be something similar to that. And because we know that these are going to be like the leaderboard players, we can kind of assume that a Divine medal is very likely in the range of 6.5 to 7K and higher. And I just say that because those are the players that were in the top 200 MMR for the regions before. So if we just kind of guess that Divine is like 6.5, maybe even just 6K plus, then we can say that Ancient is probably going to be like very low 6K to maybe mid or low 5K, and then Legend is going to be like 5K to maybe 5.4 or 4.5K, and then Archon is probably going to be like mid 4K to low 4K. Crusader is likely in like the 3K range. It has 3 sort of dots in the middle, so that I would assume that's probably what it is. Guardian has 2 dots. I would assume it's probably like the 2K range. And then Herald is going to be everything below that. And of course, these are just my assumptions for what it's going to be, but it makes sense to me logically, and I assume that Valve hasn't entirely thrown out their old MMR system, since this is being kind of based off of that, at least for your calibration games. So that's probably what the medals are going to end up equating to. And on the eve of Thanksgiving here in the United States, we just wanted to say that we are thankful for you guys, the ones who watch our content, who share it, who like and subscribe to this channel, who give us feedback in the comment section, or flame us relentlessly when we miss CS. Thanks for showing up and being part of the Dota community. Dota players are a special lot. And to say thank you for being a part of that community, we wanted to give you guys something. We've put promo codes for Pvgna Pro in every single one of the hero guides in the Steam client, in the Dota client. So if you go to Dota and you click on your favorite hero and you find the Pvgna Pro guide, you will see, if you click on the expanded view of it, that there is a promo code that you can use to sign up for Pvgna Pro, and you'll have a free month on our website to enjoy the videos and learn some stuff and use, if you want, during the recalibration period of matchmaking. And if you already have a Pvgna.com account, you don't need to make a new one. Simply send me an email at donnie@pvgna.com, donnie@pvgna.com, and make the subject title New MMR System Promo. And I will make your account a pro account for 30 days, just like anybody who would be signing up for the first time using the referral code. So thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. Hope you enjoy the new matchmaking system.